This is Fuse, your link to interactive entertainment.
Hi, I'm Derek. Welcome to the first edition of Fuse.
Hey, and I'm JC. Fuse is your connection to the world of electronic games. And for the occasion, we put together a great show. We went all the way to Japan to check out Sega's new system.
Well, I did anyways.
Yeah, well, I actually got to play the new Sonic game, and Legend of Zelda for Nintendo 64, even the new Tomb Raider. And we got the crazy crew from Game Informer magazine who will give us the okay on lots of cool new games. And we'll visit with the Crystal Method, this month's celebrity gamers.
Very cool.
Yeah. But first, here's Cool Derek with Fuse News.
In the world of games, a revolution happens every couple years or so, and another one is upon us courtesy of Sega. Sega's Dreamcast is storming onto the streets of Japan right now, and 5 new titles will be released surrounding the launch, including Virtua Fighter 3 and Sega Rally 2. Japanese players can also expect RPGs, sports, and wrestling games. But last but not least, the biggest game for Dreamcast is the triumphant return of Sonic the Hedgehog in Sonic Adventure. And I was on hand in Tokyo for Sonic's unveiling. Check it out.
Hi, this is Derek. I'm in Tokyo, Japan, outside the Tokyo International Forum. All of these people that you see here, they're waiting for a chance to play the brand new game, Sonic Adventure, Sega's first game for its new format, Dreamcast. Now, we're 2 hours away from the doors even opening, and yet there's already over 3,000 eager fans waiting for a chance to see what the future of gaming looks like. And I'm super excited. We're now inside the Tokyo International Forum, heading upstairs where everything's gonna happen. Sonic Adventure, first time seen by human eyes. I mean, you know those people at Sega. They're not human.
Sonic and Dreamcast will be introduced in Japan on December 27th. Unfortunately, we in the US will have to wait till next fall. When it does get here, Dreamcast owners will be able to use the console for internet and email right off their TVs with a web TV-like extra called Dreamflyer. More on Sonic later in the show. That small hatch on top of your Nintendo 64 does big things when the Nintendo 64 memory expansion pack is plugged into the system. The expansion pack, which adds an additional 4 megabytes of RAM to the N64, is available now. Retailing at a price of $29.95, the item will double the N64's current RAM specs. That means high-resolution graphics. Unfortunately, the expansion pack doesn't do anything to enhance existing games, but only enhances games specifically designed for it. Turok 2 tops the list of games compatible with the expansion pack, but Perfect Dark, Nightmare Creatures, Rogue Squadron, and Quarterback Club 99 also utilize this new peripheral.
Interact has also made it known that its very own RAM pack is finished. Called Turbo RAM, a release to coincide with Nintendo's is likely. In Future Shock, we profile games coming to you in the near future. Crash is back in Crash Bandicoot Warped. Follow Crash and Coco on their hardest adventure yet, this one featuring 3D jet ski and biplane levels. With an extra time trial feature, Crash Warped is one game you'll want to go back to again and again and again, starting in November from PlayStation.
Our next game is a sequel to Abe's Odyssey, called Abe's Exodus. It's very much like old SNES games as you attempt to solve puzzle screens. A feature called GameSpeak allows you to interact more realistically with other characters.
The soul of hoops is back this year with NBA Live 99. For the first time, players on screen have movements and facial expressions accurate to their real-life counterparts. Through new artificial intelligence, characters even react realistically. You'll be able to draft an entire custom team or league.
Whoosh. South Park fans, rejoice. All your favorite South Park characters are in Acclaim's new South Park game for the N64, including Cartman, Kyle, Stan, Kenny, Chef, and the infamous Mr. Hanky. Hidey-ho! The plot, as if they needed one, centers around the mayhem caused by a comet heading towards South Park. Will they survive? Find out this holiday season on your N64. Turok 2 looks to be an improvement over the original. Utilizing the RAM pack, the game has higher resolution, so you won't see the polygonal graphics building in the distance or so much of that annoying fog. The game covers 6 different worlds and features the best weapons ever seen in a game.
Bulletproof. Good thing I've been playing Siphon Filter, an action thriller for the PlayStation. You take the role of arms expert Gabriel Logan as he attempts to stop a group of terrorists with a strange and deadly biological virus. Expect tons of cool weapons, a huge 3D environment, and plenty of action when this game hits next spring.
Now, here's JC as we cover the scoop on 3 really big games.
The inaugural game for Sega's new system, Sonic Adventure, has amazing resolution, the best yet in a game ever. Sonic and 5 other characters each have different adventures during the course of the game. The adventures overlap, detailing the release of Chaos by Dr. Robotnik. The game has a multitude of levels, a rugged jungle, a Vegas-like city, a desert. The coolest thing about the levels is that certain areas are only accessible by certain characters. Sonic Adventure, the fastest and most detailed Sonic game yet, debuts in the fall of '99 when Dreamcast hits the US.
Our next mega preview is for the latest sequel to the phenomenon that is Tomb Raider. That's right, boys. Lara Croft is back again. This time, she's seeking out a set of ancient artifacts that lay scattered about the Earth. Players travel to India, Nevada, and the South Pacific. A mystery 4th level might just involve aliens, but we're not telling, and Laura isn't either. Tomb Raider 3 is structurally different from the previous games in the series. The levels are now non-linear and can be played in different orders. Laura will have many interesting vehicles to choose from, including a Jeep, a quad bike, and a canoe. Look for Tomb Raider 3 this November from IDOS for PlayStation.
One of Nintendo's top titles is back, and it's about time. The Legend of Zelda, the Ocarina of Time, is the first Zelda game for the N64, and it might just be the greatest N64 game yet. A first ever simultaneous release in the US and Japan is planned for Zelda, and you should see it in stores soon. The game itself is positioned to be everything you'd expect in an N64 game. Its many levels are obsessively detailed, and Link has every ability Mario ever had, plus a few. The fighting sections are much like Street Fighter in Link's ability to fight and move, and he doesn't even need a sword all the time to hold his own. In addition to all the levels you must conquer as Link, you must also travel through a vast overworld where time shifts from day to night as you walk. It could even take that long because the new Zelda will provide a 60 to 100-hour gaming experience. The puzzles of this game really reflect the original, and there are some fun bonus games like fishing and shooting your slingshot. Your Rumble Pack comes into play as well, but for how? You'll have to play Zelda yourself, which I'm sure you will.
Memory cards, tiny, inconspicuous, small. With today's video games taking up more and more space on a memory card, gamers have less and less space to store all of those favorite game saves. Not to mention the amount of space you lose with the mountain of memory cards you have accumulated. Why choose which saves to keep and which to delete, when the Dex Drive gives you the ability to store all of your game saves on the biggest memory card created, your PC? Use the Dex Drive to email your best game saves to friends around the world, or download new game saves from the Dex Drive website. All of this power is available to you with the use of only one memory card. The Dex Drive is available for the Sony PlayStation and for the Nintendo 64. The Dex Drive, it moves mountains. Who would have known? Those sexy curves, that gorgeous smile. And it's a 15-block memory card. Lara Croft is the first in a series of collectible numbered character memory cards. We'll have many different molds on the way for PlayStation and Nintendo 64. Each card will be equally charming and wonderfully functional. We can't guarantee that they'll all be as sexy as Lara, though. The Barracuda 2. Dual analog and dual vibration bring new life to all your games. A multitude of settings and playing styles will assure you the best type of control for each individual game. Programmability gives you the option to let the Barracuda 2 fumble over all those complicated button combinations. This pad is no joke. Oh, look how this controller sparkles! Okay, Janice, now this is the SuperPad 64 for the Nintendo 64 gaming console. Do you see how it's gold to match the huge hit Zelda Ocarina of Time? Oh, that's just wonderful. You know, Janice, we've got a gold memory card to match. Oh, would you look at that? This is just perfect for anyone who really wants to look good with the matching controller and memory card. Plus, if you've got the gold Zelda card, you're going to stop traffic. Now, this is a limited edition item, so you better get them while they're around. Who would have known those sexy curves and that gorgeous stitching could be recreated so perfectly to the size of a 15-block memory card? In our quest to keep you satisfied, Interact has created a football and basketball memory card to hold your most valuable game data from your favorite sports titles. These collectibles were specifically designed with the sports enthusiast in mind. We even have a baseball and hockey mask memory card for the PlayStation and Nintendo 64 in the works. Every gamer is passionate about their favorite sports. Now with these cards, you'll never be far from the sport you love. The V3 FX Racing Wheel coming soon for use with the Sony PlayStation and Nintendo 64. With the V3 FX, you can... And don't forget that you can also... Actually, you can't do any of that with the V3FX, and we strongly recommend that you don't. But what you can do with the V3FX is experience all the hottest racing games with total control and ultimate comfort. Two powerful motors provide vibration feedback, letting you feel every jolt, turn, and impact that games have to offer. The V3FX Racing Wheel for Sony PlayStation and Nintendo 64. Use it to play games, not to make salads.
Derek, JC, are you there? I'm having a hard time hearing you, but before I go, here's some of the coolest codes for the newest games. I'm Batman and Robin for the PlayStation. Just enter this code at the title screen to get invincibility. Remember, there are no codes available that will actually make this game any good. Just press L1, R2, R1, L2, select, X, and circle in order. On Tenchu Stealth Assassins, to fully restore your health, just press start to pause the gameplay, then press left, left, down, down, square, square, triangle, square, and you'll have fully restored health. For level select, select a character, then hold R2 and press left, left, down, down, square, square, triangle, square. Press down on the joypad to choose your mission. For more types of items, go to the item selection screen, hold R1, and press left, left, down, down, square, square, triangle, circle. To increase your item inventory, go to the item selection screen, hold L2, and press left, left, down, down, square, square, triangle, X. On Mission Impossible for the Nintendo 64, just enter these codes at the mission selection screen. you did it right, you'll hear the phrase, "Ah, that's better." Remember, the Z button is on the back. For Hot Shots Golf, to unlock all the characters and the courses, there's a really tough code. First, make sure there are no memory cards in the system and a second controller plugged in. Now, take controller 2 and hold all the top shoulder buttons, that's the L's and the R's, simultaneously, before the title screen appears. While holding the 4 shoulder buttons, go to the title screen. Immediately after the flash happens, press up, up, down, up, left, right, left, up, down, up, left, right, left. You have to do it really quick as the Hot Shots logo is bouncing in, and you have to finish the code before it stops. You should hear a sound confirming that you did the code right. On GoldenEye 007 for the Nintendo 64, to get all 64 multiplayer characters, enter the following very long code. Now, this code can be entered anywhere, but we do recommend entering it on the character select screen with Moonraker Elite highlighted.
Go, 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 go. Yeah!
Thanks, Mario. I sure hope no one finds out where he is. We may need him for next time. Now, this is the part of the program where we listen to Codeboy complain about this and that. Codeboy is the hacker for Game Shark, and in each edition of Fuse, Codeboy is going to present the latest codes for Interact's Game Shark enhancement device. Did you let him out of his cell yet? All right. Here's Codeboy.
Howdy, I'm Codeboy. Guess I'm stuck talking to you as some kind of penance, so let's just try and get through this in one piece. You guys send me tons of email every day requesting codes for all the new games. And I realize that none of you are as good as I am at games, but I am a paid professional. Some people don't even wait for the game to come out before they decide that they need help. Now, I love hacking codes for most of the games that come out, but what I do only takes a few hours. The programs who did the real work on the game spent months, sometimes years on these titles. After all that work put into a game, it may be worth having a look. Just maybe the game's enjoyable the way it is. So, play the game at least once without any codes, the way it was meant to be played. And then 30 seconds later, go back in with the Game Shark and wreak havoc on whatever creature took you out moments after the opening credits rolled for the first time. Alright, now I guess it's time for a demonstration of the Game Shark in action. If you have a PlayStation and you don't have Tenchu, well, anyway, there's the code at the bottom of the screen. Write it down, I guess. Now you can carry a limitless amount of throwing stars, grenades, fire scrolls, and whatever else you want. See? No carry limit. It just makes sense. Okay, you'll notice that there are no codes on the screen right now. It's because I don't feel like putting them up. These codes will be in the big list, so get off my back. With the codes running, you'll start the game with every weapon that's available, and you can select them at the press of a button. You can also restore your health real easy like. Finish the game for yourself, like I said earlier. It just makes it too easy. Here's some new GoldenEye codes. Well, here you go. Now you can be completely lazy. All your objectives are complete when you enter the game. You're invisible to the people that want to kill you. You can walk through doors, you know, instead of actually opening them. And you can access every level without doing a thing. There, now you can just go around killing everyone for no reason, with no purpose in life. Yep, that was a big bunch of fun. Let's have a look-see at some of the more recent codes my elves have devised. This is, obviously, a list of Game Shark codes, and the games that they will work for. If you don't have the capacity to figure this one out, pause your VCR so you can write them all down. Remember, for a freaking decent time, check www.gameshark.com and get all the latest codes, as well as my immature rantings. Now back to you, Chet, or whoever you are.
Hey, well, thanks for watching Fuse. Next time, we'll have the 411 on more new games, plus a trip to the Tokyo Game Show.
Hi. Later, gamers.
See ya.